In this video, we'll be taking a look at one MLB game happening on October 11th, 2025, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game. So 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one MLB game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Cubs versus Milwaukee Brewers. The Chicago Cubs head to Milwaukee on Saturday for a winner-take-all showdown against the Brewers in Game 5 of the National League Division Series. Everything comes down to this moment: one game to decide who advances and who packs up for the offseason. The series sits even at 2 games each after Chicago dominated Game 4 with a 6-0 shutout on Thursday. Milwaukee defended home turf in Games 1 and 2, while the Cubs did the same back at Wrigley Field. Now it circles back to American Family Field, where the Brewers will have their crowd, their comfort, and their season on the line. Chicago enters the finale riding the momentum of a convincing victory that looked decided almost from the first inning. The Cubs jumped ahead with 3 quick runs and never gave the Brewers a chance to answer. They finished with 10 total hits, led by Happ's 1-for-5 performance that included a home run and 3 RBIs. Starter Boyd was sharp, allowing only 2 hits and no earned runs through 4.2 innings before handing things off to Palencia, who secured the win out of the bullpen. Before reaching this series, Chicago handled the Padres in 2 of 3 wild card matchups and closed the regular season strong by sweeping the Cardinals. They've won 7 of their past 10 overall, finishing second in the National League Central. Statistically, the Cubs' pitching has been rock solid, posting a 2.95 earned run average, 1.16 whip, and a .230 opponent batting average this postseason. Their offense has put up 22 total runs, hitting .234 with a .303 on-base percentage. Michael Busch has been their main power threat with 4 homers and 4 RBIs, while Seiya Suzuki has chipped in 2 home runs and 4 RBIs of his own, giving this team a reliable 1-2 punch in the middle of the lineup. Milwaukee, on the other hand, has watched its 2-0 series lead evaporate. Both losses in Chicago stung, but Game 4 was particularly frustrating, a night where the Brewers had multiple chances to get back into the game and couldn't cash in. They managed only 3 hits, committed an error, and were completely blanked on the scoreboard. Chourio, Vaughn, and Frelick were the only Brewers to record a hit. Freddie Peralta took the loss after giving up 3 runs on 3 hits in 4 innings, and Gasser struggled in relief. Before the division series began, the Brewers earned a bye through the wild card round but stumbled late in the regular season, losing 2 of 3 to both the Reds and Padres. Despite those setbacks, Milwaukee still finished first in the National League Central. Their pitching staff led the way all season, finishing with a 3.58 earned run average, 1.23 whip, and .230 opponent batting average. Offensively, they produced 806 runs with a .258 team batting average and a .332 OBP. Christian Yelich spearheaded the attack with 29 home runs and 103 RBIs, while William Contreras added steady production with 17 homers and 76 RBIs. As the Cubs and Brewers prepare for this decisive Game 5, both sides are expected to rely on a full pitching staff rather than one true starter. That favors Milwaukee, whose pitching has been elite across the board. The Brewers rank 2nd in earned run average and 3rd in fewest runs allowed league-wide. Their bullpen, in particular, has been airtight, surrendering only 3 runs in 4 games this series. Chicago's pitching has performed admirably, but Milwaukee remains a step ahead in consistency, control, and late-inning reliability. On the offensive side, the Brewers finished the regular season ranked 3rd in batting average, total hits, and runs scored. They're hitting .260 through 4 games in this series with 19 runs produced. Chicago's playoff total sits at 22 runs over 7 contests, but their postseason average has dipped slightly below their regular season mark. And when these 2 teams last met in Milwaukee, the Brewers out-hit the Cubs 24-10 across 2 games, a telling sign that the home park gives them a measurable edge. It's impossible to ignore how much home field advantage has mattered here. Every game in this series has been won by the host team, and that pattern fits perfectly with Milwaukee's regular season profile. The Brewers are statistically dominant at American Family Field and perform with a different level of poise and rhythm in front of their crowd. The contrast between both lineups in clutch spots is striking. Milwaukee leads all postseason teams with a 1.028 OPS with runners in scoring position, while Chicago sits near the bottom at .610. Those extra base hits and timely swings often decide elimination games. Jacob Misiorowski's steady composure gives the Brewers additional confidence, especially compared to Shota Imanaga, who's been more volatile on the road. Simply put, Milwaukee looks like the better-built team for this pressure moment. The Brewers' home numbers further reinforce the pick. They went 52-29 at home during the regular season and remain undefeated there this postseason. The Cubs, meanwhile, were just 42-39 on the road and haven't won away from Wrigley yet in October. In the playoffs, Milwaukee is hitting .260 with a .405 slugging percentage and a .738 OPS. Chicago trails slightly with a .234 average, .413 slugging, and .716 OPS. Extending back to the regular season, the Cubs have lost 6 straight road games, while Milwaukee has taken 6 of its last 8 at home. Shota Imanaga is projected to get the start for Chicago after a rocky Game 2, where he lasted only 2.2 innings in a 7-3 defeat. The Brewers went with Aaron Ashby as an opener in that game, and he delivered 1.1 scoreless innings before the bullpen carried Milwaukee the rest of the way. That formula worked once, and there's little reason to believe it won't work again in Game 5. Milwaukee's path through this series hasn't been perfect. They dominated at home early, failed to capitalize on key spots in Game 3, and were blown out in Game 4. But this team has been resilient all season. Their roster is experienced, their pitching is trustworthy, and their confidence at home remains high. I picked Milwaukee to win this series at the start of the divisional round, and I'm sticking with that call. The Brewers' ability to control tempo and limit mistakes late in games makes them the smarter pick here, especially with the crowd behind them. The Brewers' advantage at home will likely prove decisive once again. They've been one of baseball's most complete clubs, balancing elite pitching with consistent contact hitting and a bullpen that rarely falters. Chicago's had an impressive postseason run, but this matchup tilts heavily toward Milwaukee in both rhythm and reliability. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Both Shota Imanaga and Jacob Misiorowski will be on short leashes in this elimination game. Any sign of trouble, and both managers will quickly turn to their rested bullpens, which could define how the total plays out. After the off day on Friday, both relief corps are fully charged and ready to go. Chicago's bullpen has been exceptional, ranking 4th in the postseason with a 2.27 earned run average, while Milwaukee's has been even better, sitting 2nd overall at 1.23. Given those numbers, neither side is likely to let the game spiral out of control. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.